This is where deku was suppressed, but first, let's hit the intro. So when Izuku was born, he always had this sad expression on his face, like life didn't even matter to him. But nobody minds it. He's a newborn baby, so they don't mind it at all. Doctor said he's fine. Uncle Shashi takes him home. But Shashi said I had to go to work now and pretty much dips on Inko. So throughout the years, Zuko seemed like he was a normal kid and stuff, but deep down, Zuko knew there was something wrong with him, but he just did not know what was it. But only got worse when he went to the court doctor, and the court doctor said, "Sorry, kid." Well, according to not sorry, kid. He said, according to my test, you have an extra joint in your toe, so you have no quirk. Sorry, you can't be a hero, kid. And that broke Izuku because he really wanted to be a hero. He really wanted to be All Might. So the next day, he walked into his classroom. He told everybody he was quirkless. Everybody laughed at him. And Bakugo did it worse because he laughed. And then at recess, Izuku was just like playing with sand. That's sand pit. Like in the sand pit, making like a sandcastle. Bakugo comes up to him and say, yo, Zuku, yo, Zuku, I don't know how to do Bakugo, I don't know how to do a Bakugo voice, yeah, yo, Zuku, you wanna come over here and play with us? Zuko said, nah, I'm good, I'm fine, and Bakugo got a little bit mad about that, because he's gonna give Zuko a chance, even though he doesn't have a cloak, but he has no chances anymore, 0. So Bakugo and his goons started beating up Deku, and that started happening for about the rest of the time he was in elementary school. So when every day when Izuku get back from school, um, Inko say, welcome back, honey. But Inko always noticed that Izuku looks sadder and sadder each time he gets back. And she's worried. But Izuku seems all happy and stuff every time he's around Inko, so she thinks it's nothing. So we're gonna do time skip to middle school and like 7th grade. He's like, I don't know, 12 years old. 2 years, 12 years old. So Izuku was just laying in this pretty much passed out in the classroom because he got no sleep last night. And Bakugo decided to throw a soup can at him that he drank earlier that day at his head, and it bounced right off his head. And everybody laughed because everybody laughed. Izuku wake up, said, "Who threw that?" Stuttering. Bakugo said, "I did. What's it gonna do, nerd?" And Izuku, he said nothing back. He just put his head down and chain. And not gonna lie, everybody thinks Deku's suppressed, but I mean he is. But they don't think he is depression, whatever. So when the teacher walked in, they did a classroom, blah blah blah, stuff like that. And since let's say they had a field trip today, so they got on the bus. Izuku sat in the back alone, like usual, and they were riding. Bakugo just start commotion with another freaking group. It's like different groups in the school, another group. So they're arguing about in the front and stuff like that. So while Zuko was riding the back, he looked behind him for like a split second, and then he noticed there was a van following the bus. He thought nothing about it, but every turn the bus makes, the van makes the same turn too. he got suspicious of the van and told and like I don't know, just like yelled out. I think somebody's following the bus, and nobody even listened to him. They just kept arguing about Bakuyo and stuff like that. So he said, "Alright, fine. You guys want to go? You guys don't listen. I bet about to get kidnapped." And you know what happened a couple minutes later? There was a whole truck that just that rammed into the bus. The bus was the bus flipped 15 times in a row. No, 5 times in a row, and pretty much on the edge of a cliff. Everybody was like, "What happened? What was that? Ow, that hurts. I think I broke a leg or something." So when I'm students said that, Zuka said, "I told you guys," and everybody said to him, "Shut up, Zuka. Nobody cares about your feelings." I kind of hurt Zuku, but you know he's used to it. And so Bakugo said, "Who dares to disturb me in my way of my field trip?" He jumps out. He breaks the windows in front of the bus. He sees a gang of villains. Like they're like just like I don't know. They're not even supposed to be villains. They just have knives and no quirks. So Bakugo said, "Whoever you are, you guys are about to get your butt kicked by the great and only Bakugo." The villains are laughing at him and said, "The great and only Bakugo. Wow, what a selfish kid you are. Yeah, what a selfish kid you are. I bet you be good on my wall." Because there's some creepy people. Anyway, Bakugo said, "Ew, the heck? You weird, man. You weird." He said, "Nah, we're just villains. We like killing up people." And honestly, that everybody creeped out by that, but Izuku's like, "You know what? I should go help Izuku. I should go help Bakugo." So Izuku ran all the way to Bakugo, and he said, "I'm gonna help you out defeat the villains." Bakugo said, "Get out the way, nerd. You have no quirk. You can't do nothing. You're useless. You stupid deku." And that hurt Izuku's feelings a lot. You know, his friend telling him he's feeling useless and stuff. Not hurt him, but he kept on going. So when the villains attack Bakugo was dodging and stuff like that and exploding. The villains he managed to knock out. If I didn't say how many villains there were, it was like 5 villains. He managed to knock out 3 villains, and then the villains the one villain snuck up on him, was about to stab him until Deku like I don't know found a venom brick and then threw out his head, knocking him out. And Deku said, "You gonna apologize or no?" Bogo said, "No." He said, "You just Deku. You just got lucky with that throw." And Deku said, "Whatever." Anyway, Bucko knocks out the last villain. So after that, Bucko's getting praised, thinking Deku's getting yelled at, saying, "You shouldn't throw that brick at a villain. You shouldn't throw that brick at that villain. Bucko gonna hide it. Remember, he's the king of the school. He's stronger than you. He'll always be stronger than you." Stuff like that. So he's just getting talked down to, beat down. Like, it sucks. But they called the police. The police came and said, "Alright, so what happened?" As you could explain, saying there's a event following us, and blah 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 blah. So they got a ride back home by the police. Field trip was cancelled, and yeah. So he got back home. Inko was worried because she heard about it on the news. She said, "Are you okay, my baby?" And Zuko said, "Yes, I'm fine. I just need some rest, and I'll be fine." So okay, when after you get your rest, some food will be done in a minute. He said, "Okay." So he went upstairs and went to sleep. Now, let's have another time skip. Well, now we're in the current anime. Well, the current story starts at. He's 40 years old, looking out the window. His eyes, his eyes are not green anymore. They're just straight up gray with no life in them. And nobody really notices. I mean, no one notices. Even his mom doesn't notice. I mean, his mom kind of gave up on him after those years too. Was he literally can't do nothing. So after that, he was looking out the window. The teacher comes in saying, "I Rush, sign out these papers about what you want to be when you grow up and stuff like that." Then he throws out the paper saying, "It's like I already know you all want to be heroes, and everybody used to close and and except for Baku and Deku. Deku does have a quirk, and Baku is just too freaking. He's probably just too big. Just used to quirk out loud." And so he said, "There's two people that signed up to UA." Baku said, "Two people? Who the hell's that signed up to UA without telling me? And I'm the only one that's super signed up to UA. You're all just extras. Guys should at least be sidekicks." Everybody saying, "Yeah, yeah, Bakugo, calm down." So the teacher reads, "Bakugo Kati sign up for UA." Everybody knows that. They're like, "Yeah, we know that already." Teacher looked confused and say, "Izuku Midora signed up too for UA." I was like, Izuku Midora just slowly looked at him and bust out laughing. They're saying, "You join UA? Man, you're gonna die as a villain on your first mission." They're laughing at him. Baku getting all pissed. He's not saying nothing right now, but he's all pissed. But yeah, bad day. Deku's just still look at the window, don't kill. And after class is over, Bakugo walks up to Deku and say, "Hey Nord, you better do not go to UA or else." And Deku said, "Or else what?" And Bakugo just said, "Or else. Don't make me do something I don't have to regret. You should just take a sawn knife off the roof if it was my life. I mean, hold up. I'm gonna rephrase that. You should take a sawn knife off the roof and hope for the quirk in your next life." And the Izuku took that to heart, not gonna lie. Izuku said, "Wow, that's the best thing you could say to me. Then you really all loser." Before he can not speak. Before he said, I mean, after he said loser, he just get a sucker punch to the face. Boom, down to the ground. His nose is bleeding. And not Izuku. Bakugo said, "Don't ever talk to me like that, Nod. You hear me? You just a useless Deku." He grabs Deku's notebook full of hero status and quirks and explodes it and throws it out the window. And he said, "I'm telling you, do not continue UA or else." And Deku and his goons, I'm not Deku, Bakugo and his goons walked out. So Deku went down, all the way down to the water fountain and picked up his notebook and went to the clinic to get his nose fixed. I mean, to stop the bleeding. So, while he was walking home, he said, "You know what? I might as well just take a shortcut." So he was taking a shortcut home, and while he was walking down a dark alleyway, he hears something. He turns around. He sees this big butt sludge villain pops out of nowhere. He said, "Sorry, kid, I need your body. I didn't know that freak was in town." He said, "What?" So the sludge villains instantly grab him and start choking him and trying to take off his body. And, Izuku's trying to resist it. Hold up. Man, I need some water. I am thirsty. I'll put drowned in a desert. Alright. So like I was saying, Izuku is resisting him as much as he can, but he's weak on this, so pretty much he almost dies. Like he was like, if All Might, I mean, hold up. So if All Might didn't pop up after she was a like 10 seconds longer, then Izuku would have been dead. He would have been RP. So, all my popped out of shoes, aka said, "I am here," and the torch smashes the sludge boom. Izuku comes popping out and gets knocked out. So, Izuku's waking up. He just sees All Might slapping him over and over again. He said, "Hello, you awake? You alive? You need medical help?" He said, "Stop slapping me." So All Might does. And when Izuku came to his senses, he said, "All Might? Wait, I thought you were in America." And All Might said, "Nope, I just moved to Japan and decided to come here." He said, "Wow, that's amazing." And blah, blah, blah. And All Might said, "Do you want me to help? Not, do you want me to help? Do you want me, not want me, God dang, I can't speak today." Do you want to help me pick up the sludge villain? Zuko says sure. So they pick up the sludge villain, and when they pick up the sludge villain, all done. Put in a bottle can, All Might put in his pocket, and Zuko said, "Oh, I need to ask you one question," and then All Might jumps off. He didn't hear him, and then I might was jumping off, thinking of random stuff, and this says, my freaking feet feels, I mean, leg feels so heavy. He looks down, he sees Zuko held onto him for life. He said, "Oh my, you left me out, you saying my last question." He said, "Kid, what you doing on my leg? You should know better. Let go." He said, "I can't let go. If I let go, I will die from this height." And I said, "Yeah, that's true." Alright. So All Might leaned to a nearby building and said, "Kid, what do you want? What question do you have? That's so important." And Zuko said, "Can I become a hero? Even if I don't have a quirk?" All Might just said, "Shut up, no. You can't become a hero. You need a quirk to protect yourself. You're probably gonna die on your first mission." That'll bring out flashbacks of the freaking yeah, bring up flashbacks of school, and all the teachers said that to him when back then when in school, and not all my said it to him. That broke him, and then he said, "Honestly, you probably can become a police officer or a firefighter. In that state, you're pale and weak. Before you even do anything, you should get enough strength. Like, kid, be honest with yourself. You can't become a hero at all." And all my jumped away. They could have standing there, crying, and just saying, "Wow, even the number one hero didn't believe in me. What have this world become?" When I thought All Might was a symbol of peace, nah, it wasn't true. It was all a lie from the day I was born. I was destined to be a loser. I was destined to be a nobody. Well, maybe I should just end this right now. I mean, nobody will care anyway. My mom barely pays attention to me. I have no one to love. Nobody cares about me. So Zuko went to the side of the cliff and was about to jump, but this motivation in his heart is stopped one more time. And a few months his body said, "Don't do it. Yeah, your life may not be worth nothing to live, but at least you have something to do while you're still alive, like go places, while telling people you're quirkless, do stuff, and stuff like that." But Izuku, he's not really listening to his body right now. He just said, "Bako was right. I should just took a strong dive off of the roof and hope my best to have a crooked next life." And with that, Izuku jumped off the roof. And when Izuku was about to hit the ground, somebody catches him. He said, "What?" And not what. And like 5 hours went past. Zuko wakes up in like a lab. He said, "Well, where am I? Am I dead? Is this hell? Heaven? Which one?" There's a mysterious person in the shadow saying, "No, this is no hell or freaking heaven. You're still alive. I caught you right before you were about to hit the ground." He said, "Why? Why would you do this? I'm Crocus. Everybody hates me. I can't do nothing in my life. I should just die. I should haven't been in this world in the first place." But the strange person said, "No, everybody have a purpose of being in this world. You may just not know it yet." Zuko saying, yeah, right. All you're gonna say is you should just become a police officer. Well, all my reads said I can't, so I can't. That is facts. The guy said, "Who said become a police officer? You could work with me and make millions of dollars each day. Jimmy kid, pretty much you can have anything you want. Goals, houses, money, anything. I'm telling you, just let me experiment on you just once, and you will be unstoppable." And Zuko And he said, "I'll give you a week to think. I'll give you a week to think about it." And like he give us a because Izuku didn't have a phone, so you give him a phone with his address to meet here in a week and say what you think and blah blah blah. But anyway, so he saw Izuku slams the door right behind him, and Izuku was thinking, anything I want, huh? Well, he's probably just filming a video for YouTube, so it won't probably be true, but I would guess I'll say yes to this offer. Some such a thing. But this is fake. I'll just go back to trying to kill myself. I see that's the best option I have right now. So Izuku's walking down the alleyway. I mean, not down the yeah, not down the alleyway. Izuku's walking down the street, and there was a big commotion like a few blocks down, and like he sees smoke in the air, so he went over there with his book out because he notices a villain's attack, and he sees a search villain, and oh, I thought I might capture that guy. Well, I guess he dropped him, and when he sees you in, he says no, he says, "Who's in that? Who's in the search villain? Not who's in that guy?" And he sees Bakugo in him struggling and crying for help and crying, pretty much. He said, "Bakugo? Crying? How is that possible?" Like, I thought he was like, I thought he was immortal. How is he crying? And Deku is having a freaking a panic attack right now, thinking about how Bakugo is crying. And people are like, "Kid, you okay? Like, you good? Like, Minnie leave?" Deku's like, "Nah, I'm good." So he was up to the keyboard saying, why aren't you doing nothing? Save him. They said I can't. They say I can't. My cook is not um deal for this villain. We gotta wait for another keyboard to come to defeat this villain. They said just do like it doesn't matter if your cook can't do nothing to the villain. Try to do something at least. They said no kid and back up away. You're gonna get hurt. So that goes like, dang, they're not doing nothing either. That sucks. Uh, Baku's suffering in there. I'm just standing on the sidelines doing nothing. Dang, Baku was fight. I'm just a useless Deku. I have to do something to save my friend. So Izuku rushed past the villains and rushed to Baku's help. So he got the sludge villain. He stole his book bag at the sludge villain, and he sees when the can in his book bag hit the sludge villain's eye, it unloosed some of his sludge. So he remembers that. So he was digging the sludge villain off of Bakugo and saying, saying Gotcha, I could just stand by and look at you die, stuff like that. And Bakugo saying, "What do you mean? How do you know help when you refuse Deku? Get away from me!" And tries to explode Deku. I said explode Deku. But Izuku's dodging, and he took the chance to see such was trying to get not consciousness, get back in control of Bakugo. And he decides, you know what? If I'm going to die, I'm going to die in honor. And decides to grab Sludge with an eye and pull it out. Not cutting it, but not cutting the Sludge, just pull it out. And Sludge was screaming, saying, "Ah, my eye! Why you ripped out my eye? Ah!" And just screaming out in pain. And he ripped off his eye. Since he ripped off his eye, Sludge pretty much came completely loose of Bakugo. Izuku, um, dang, my throat is dry again. Anyway, Izuku threw Bakugo out of the sludge prison. And Sussman said, "You're paying for that kid," and rushed out Izuku. But All Might got spotted by Izuku, who out in the sidelines. He buffed up, then right beside Izuku, saying, "I am here. Detroit, smash!" And boom, smashes so hard the weather changes. Everybody was praising All Might and stuff like that. and everybody's racing Bakugo, and the heroes are scolding Izuku like harsh, like pretty much saying you shouldn't have done that. You could have got hurt, like you stupid kid. People say not Bak. They said that Bakugo gave him his name. The Bakugo said you don't have a quirk. You stupid idiot. You should have run up there. Man, he's right. You are useless. You probably should use this deku. Like, don't become a hero ever. Don't become a policeman or fireman ever again. And not ever again. Ever in your lifetime. Is useless and stuff like that. So they'll beat down Izuku really hard. But Izuku tried to say, well, at least I'm the one that actually tried to save him. And they just said, no, no, you didn't. You almost got him, and you killed your retard. Oh my God, he's so stupid. Pretty much like that. So just beat him up down. Because they give him a ticket just for doing that. Like a one, not from like 1,000 ticket. You gotta pay that. That's pretty much all his money he saved up. That sucks. So he's pretty mad right now. So he said, "Well, you sound better at doing a hero job than you all. If you can, nah, he didn't say that. He says at least I'm doing a better job doing a hero job than you guys are. You know, good freaking heroes up there doing all for fame and money." And he storms off. They got hurt by that. Hey, kid, come back here, but he went off. So when he was walking down the not alleyway, walking down the street, he sees Bakugo. Bakugo went up to him and say, push him down to the ground and saying, I need your help, you stupid Deku. I could have done that all by myself. The heroes could have saved me, not you. And start beating up Deku. He's giving him the right to, punching him, gut punching him. Pretty much he breaks his arm and he leaves him down the alleyway. Not alleyway, on the street. So Izuku gets up, barely gets up, and starts walking home. All Might comes out of nowhere, lands in front of him, and say, young hero, I was inspired of you trying to save that young lad's life, but it was very foolish of you. You should have never engaged when you know you don't have a cloak. Could have got yourself killed. Yeah, he said you could have got yourself killed, and be precautions, and you can't, and blah blah blah. You can't be a hero out of hero's license. It's too much eventually anti-work and stuff like that. And he doesn't even realize Izuku's arm freaking disheveled, like it's broken really bad. He had burn marks on him. He thought like a cat just scratched him. So Armin jumps off, and Izuku said, "Screw it. Let's see what this guy's talking about." So, he met up with the guy. Not really met up with the guy. After a couple of days went by, he met up with the guy, and the guy said, "Well, you finally decided to come to say hi." Zuko came in and said, "Yeah. So how this gonna work?" The guy, yeah, pretty much said, "Well, I'm just gonna tinker around your body right quick, made some few adjustments, and you'll be ready to go." Zuko said, "Well, is it gonna hurt?" He said, "Very much. It's gonna feel the worst pain of your life, but I'm telling you, the payoff will be worth it." With an evil laugh. Zuko said, "Screw it." So, let's say a week went by. Doctor being experimented on his body. Izuku is literally freaking getting tortured like every day. Not even every day. Yeah, every day. Because there's no stop. He just keeps experimenting on him. So he's getting tortured every day. But the doctor said, I'm finally done with my thing. It paid off. It worked. You didn't die. Zuko said, I didn't die? What do you mean about that? The doctor said, well, I had other patients. And let's just say, do not heal anymore. Cough, cough. Anyway, but come back to me in a week, and I'll explain your powers. Zuko said, yeah, sure. He gets up and instantly passed out because his body cannot deal with the pain. So the man does what any responsible man would do. He puts him in a dumpster can and leaves him there. So yeah. So Izuku wakes up in a garbage can. He said, "God, my body feels so bad right now." And he wakes, and not wakes up. And okay, whatever. And he gets out the garbage can and walks home. He's probably wondering about, what's his mom doing? Like, and his mom worry about him. And I'm just saying, his mom doesn't give two craps about Zuko anymore. Honestly, honestly, for a whole day, she forgot he even existed. Kind of sad. So he's walking down the street again after like the 50th time, and he hears some commotion in the he hears some commotion in the background. Not commotion in the background. What is it called? Yeah, who goes? He hears some commotion in the alleyway, and he decides to go down there. And look what he sees. He sees two villains attacking a young boy, and not young boy. Yeah, he sees two villains attacking a boy around his age. I mean, is around his that he's. Alright, Zuko's 14. He's 14. Alright, there we go. So he sees that, so he decides to go help him. So he said, "Hey, leave him alone." He yells that out to the villains and said, "Hey, what you gonna do, kid?" Izuku's like, Hoofy just powers kick in soon. Well, I'm gonna use my crook and kick your butt. No, he said, stuttering. He said, "Yeah, sure." There's like 10, not there's like 2, 3 villains there. So he said, "Hey, you go get him." The guy had like ice quirk, so he formed ice on. Nah. This guy had a crystal quirk, so he formed crystal all around him. And watch that him. And as soon as not soon, um, when he when the crystal villain hit, tried to, came in contact, not came in, god dang, how do I explain this? When the crystal villain pretty much came in like 5 inches of his body, a sword manifested in Izuku's hand, and his hand, he didn't mean to, his hand went up and said, "Full counter," and boom. Let's just say the whole anime is now destroyed. He said, "What was that?" And if you don't know, Izuku's gonna have the power of Meliodas from the Seven Deadly Sins. Yep. So like I said, he says, "What was that? And why the sword is not even, this sword is not even a sword. It's broken." He's looking at it with a dumb face like, "Well, what is this? This Dr. Lee gave me a broken sword to work with. Wow. This is so funny. It's garbage." But anyway, he went up to the boy and said, "You okay?" And surprise, surprise, you know who it is? It is Todoroki. He said, "Yeah, I'm okay. How about you?" He said, "Yeah, I'm okay. I didn't mean to blow up this alleyway. It's my fault, but don't worry. If you escape fast, we can get out of trouble." So Izuku picked up Todoroki and run and went and runs out the elevator and went down the sidewalk. And then he realized he's running way more faster than he used to. Like he's like speed blitzing down the hallway. Like he's running freaking 10 miles per hour right now. He's like he's not even he's like walking pretty much speed. It's walking speed. It's really fast right now. So when Izuku and Todoroki get to a safe place like a abandoned hospital, something like that, they say, "Alright, well, we're safe here now. So would you mind explaining how did you get in that situation?" So he said, "Yeah, I kind of escaped from my father. Was he abused me," in a quiet voice. He said, "Oh, that sucks. I mean, it's not that voice. Todoroki's like, what you mean? Thought that was, well, you could be treated like garbage your whole life. Like, let's say, have you been through people saying, kill yourself over and over again each day? He said, no. Then you haven't felt real pain before. I haven't felt real pain before you though. This is just a pain that a quirkless person has to go through. Todoroki said, quirkless? What? No, I saw you summon a sword and use like a counter attack on my villain. How you quirkless? He said, I, well, long story short, I tried to kill myself, but this random doctor caught me and took him to his lab, and and he said if I could experiment on you, you could have coke and stuff like that. So I decided, what the heck, and boom, that's how I got a coke. And I just unlocked it now. It's pretty cool, huh? But I don't know why he gave me a broken sword, but still, I'm happy. Totally looked at him, you know, confused, thinking dumbfounded inside. He said, that sucks, man. Yeah, that sucks. Well, guess I'll see you around later. Whatever, like that. Tariq said, yeah, you too. And they both went to separate ways. So, now, the training for the USJ, training for UA has begun. Deku was trying to find a place for the train at. He said, oh yeah, ain't that doctor said come back to him in a week? It's been a month, but let me see this guy's still there. So he admits back there, knocks on the door. He said, who is it? He said, it's Zukumdora. He said, oh. He opens the door. He grabs Izuku by the collar, freaking throws him in and locks the door. He said, where have you been, man? It's been a whole month. I said come back in a week, not a month. Izuku said, yeah, I'm sorry. This stuff came up, and stuff like that. He said, well, whatever. Anyway, did you know any new techniques about your new cook? About your new enhancements? He said, yeah, I apparently have a broken sword that I can counter with. That's it. That's all I know. He said, that's not even the best part about it. But I want to show you all the good parts about it. Trust me, you're gonna wish you would never be born. I'm joking. Don't. I'm joking. All right. Anyway, let's start it. So he brings Zuko to the training room. And the training room is pretty basic for dudes, androids and stuff like that to help him train. So he trains. He said, there's two kind of more swords you can summon. It's more like daggers, but still. He said, okay, you can summon, you can summon, pretty much a full sword that you can not duplicate with, that you can use to multiply your power with. Okay, and that's the second sword. The second best sword you can summon, and the third best sword you could. Not the third. The second, the first best sword you can summon is I think it's called. I'm pretty sure it's called secret thing. In 17 cents, yeah, secret thing, and pretty much you can make a clone to yourself, and you can all do full counter, and it would be so awesome, mind blown, blah blah blah, explosion. Zuko said, Doc, I think you're getting off fan. He said, oh yes, well yeah, you can also do that, and guess what? You pretty much half demon. He said half demon. What you mean half demon? I thought heaven and not heaven and demon. I thought you said I wasn't dead. You said yeah, you're not dead, but I figured out how to make you half demon, so you could be more OP than any hero, any villain on this planet. He just laughs and he just laughs evil laugh. Zuko's like, well, if this is so strong, why didn't you do it on yourself? He said, well, you see, I'm old. I need a young soul to do it. So it'd be best so you can have a more survival rate. Because if I do it, it's a 100% death chance I do it. So it's a 50% chance you made it out of the experiment. So I need to take that. Said Zuko said 50% chance. So he is going on a hunch I will survive this or not. And he said, pretty much yes. Wow, what a good doctor you are. He said, I'm not a doctor. Just call me doctor though. Anyway, so this commits to training. So they train, and the Zuko unlocks his second, not second form, unlocks his second sword. It looks like a cone, but like sharper and shinier and stuff like that. So now his attacks multiply by like 50 times. So he does really good attacks. He can pretty much destroy a boat right now. It's not that OP. He would destroy like freaking a yacht. So that's good. That's good by now. Anyway, so they're training, and not really through rage. Well, I'm saying through rage. Anyway, so you said that's enough for, because it's been 5 months. That's enough for the 5 months. How about you take a break for one day? You could say take a break. I mean, sure. I guess let's do it. Oh, it took Uber back to his house. If freaking Inko didn't even notice he's gone. Oh yeah, let me say this. I know people love Inko. I love Inko. Best mom, but I can't be the whole have good best mom in the series. So sorry. Anyway, let's continue. So Zuko, I mean not Zuko, I said Zumi. Inko didn't even realize Zuko was gone. He said, "Oh, what's up, Zuko?" He said, "What's up?" So he went upstairs and he took a break. It was the whole half of the day he just slept in. The other half he said, "Yeah, he would go to the city." So he went to the city and he sees Todoroki, like it's like a whole area. Oh, there was an event going on with the devil and stuff, and he sees Todoroki there and his sister, his brother, and his I'm pretty yeah, his brother, his sister, and him over there just standing on the sideline. He said, "Oh, that's Todoroki, and that must be his fault." Whoa, what? His father's a devil? Wow, I did not expect a devil to be an abuser. Well, that's the word for you. When you never expect somebody to be something, there always had to be something bad. You're gonna say that in his mind. So, Todoroki is looking through the crowd. He sees, "Hey, isn't that the guy that saved me?" Yeah, did I say Zuko told him his name back then when they met the first time? I don't know, but I'm just gonna say he did. So they said, "Isn't that Zuko?" He was like, "Yo, Zuko, is that you?" He said, "Hey, Todoroki, nice to see you. Nice to see you still. Nice to see you still here." He said, "Yeah, we should catch up sometimes." He said, "Yeah, totally for sure." But probably when I thought Zuko was supposed to be depressed. This is like a happy story, nah, but he says that like a sad tone, like every word he says is in the coldest tone ever. Like, this guy's too cold. But yeah. So he said, "Yeah, okay." Turbo was like, "Man, this guy never be happy. He can't have a smoke on his face." So after that, Zuko it was like 10 o'clock. Zuko said, "I should be at home." So Zuko was walking down a suspicious alleyway. There's people just look at him weird, smoking cigarettes and stuff like that. He said, "Hey, who's this kid at?" Hey, and someone a person walked up to Zuko saying, "Yo, where you from? You're not from this parts, aren't you?" He said, "No, I'm not. I'm just walking past." He said, "Well, it costs you extra. It costs you to walk past this part of the neighborhood, so pay up." He said, "How much?" With $1 million. That's how much. Haha. $1 million? You gotta be out of your mind to for somebody to pay $1 million just to walk past the neighborhood. Well, pay up or you get jumped. And Or no, not even pay up, or you get jumped or killed. So pay up, kid. So Izuku does, like logical people do. He punches this guy so hard and so hard. No, not mama. He punches this guy so hard his head falls off. Like he has this goes flying back. He was like, "What the heck?" Izuku, just says, "Well, I'm not paying for no $1 million just to walk past the neighborhood, and anybody else want to test me, well, you could die too." With a freaking cold look on, with a depressed, not depressed, nothing look on his face. Bill said, everybody said, "I'm good, cuz. Go ahead and walk past." Joe then walked past and he gets back home and sleeps. So the next day, he wakes up and said, "Time to go train." And let's say, now he goes to the doctor and said, "Yo, doc, it's time to go train so we can get, it's a last, no, let's say he went train and it's, touch. I'm gonna mess this up. So he said, "Yo, doc, trying to get back to training." He said, "What have you done, Izuku, my boy?" Izuku said, "What you mean?" He said, "Have you seen the news?" Izuku said, "No." Look, he shows him a video on his phone. There's a news reporter saying some random guy walked past the neighborhood, and let's rephrase that. On camera, we saw this vigilante, or some random person walking past the neighborhood, and this guy said, "Pay up $1 million if you walk past this point." And this guy pursued to punch him so hard, his head flew back all the way hitting the wall. We can't show the video on live television, but we'll post it on our website. We can't see the victim's face, but we can suspect he has green hair and pale skin. Yeah, green hair and pale skin. Be on the watch out for people who have green hair like this. Cody Hill with Green Hill. That's Cody. Be on the lookout for people that have this kind of hairstyle. And Zuka said, "Ooh, uh, uh, I don't kill." And the doctor said, "Well, you should kill. Now, if you seek identities, if you get out there in the world saying, if you get identities out there in the world, pretty much everybody knows you're stronger than All Might. The world going chaos. You gotta show everybody up, not kill random low life. Like, think, think, Izuku, think. Get it? Get the no mind. Anyway, so he said, "Okay, well, doesn't matter, old man. Old man, I kid you right. I created you. I could take you out." He said, "How are you gonna do that?" Doctor said, "Haha, because I had to put. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna send you. It's the thing I used to say all the time to my kids. Kids, you are kids. Yeah, I had kids. What, you just think of me as a psycho doctor or something like that?" People said, "Yeah, like that. Is that the whole point?" I said, "No, I had a family and friends one time to smoke something really bad and turned crazy, killed all of them and ate them." He said, "Jeez, what the heck is wrong with you?" He said, "Nothing's wrong with me. It is part time of being an evil scientist." He said, "Well, okay, that's you. Do you, man? I'm not in this." So Yuka leaves after the training session. And yeah. So let's say the 10 months is done. 10 months is done. He goes to the not USA. He goes to I said AU. God dang it, fudge UA and signs up. Not sign. Goes into the cook. I cannot speak. This exam. He does a written test exam and he's easily passed that. He's second behind Momo, and so walks behind him too. And people look at him as suspicious because he has a Cody Hill with a green Cody Hill, so people were suspicious of him. But Izuku doesn't mind. When Bakugo sees Izuku, He got so pissed. He was about to explode Izuku freaking arm off. That's how powerful explosive would be if he went off. But he didn't because the teacher was looking straight at him saying, if you do it, my guy, you get kicked out straight immediately. So he was just in himself. And what you know, Zuko was placed, sitting right next to Todoroki on accident. It's a coincidence. And, Todoroki said, not Todoroki, Zuko said, oh, yo, what's up, Todoroki? You going to UA too? And no, hold up, fudge. I'm gonna show this. Todoroki took the, freaking, alright. Never mind. He said right next to another person. Yep. Alright, clear that up. So, yeah, he said right next to another person. Anyway. So, while Professor Max was explaining, Izuku was not even paying attention. He was about to doze off until Four Eyes stand up and said, you messed a robot, stuff like that, and I'll be very disappointed to have you teach a student like this, and you can't read, obviously, and blah, 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 and points at Deku saying, you should stop interrupting people and stop snoring. As Izuku said, well, you should sit your butt down and shut up, you four-eyed freak. Am I annoying anybody? Am I saying anything? No. Like, shut up. And you can obviously see he was about, if you listen to him for a couple more seconds, he was about to explain the full punto. But no, you're ignorant but want to stand up and say, this would be highly disrespectful of you a property. Like, nobody cares. Sit yourself down. Like, jeez, angel legs, up and look at like Sonic the Hedgehog. He like got hooked. Like he got hooked. He's butt hooked right now. He said, "How dare you? Do you know who I am?" And Zeus said, "Yeah, you part of the Tinta Ida family, whatever." And guess what? I don't give a freak. I don't give two freaks about it either. Sit down. Sit your annoying butt down. Jeez. So he sits down knowing he's defeated. He said, "My pride. Dang, I am thirsty today." That's some good water. Anyway, he said, "My pride." And Judah sit his butt down. That was a major voice crack. And Nita sit his butt down. So President Mac explained the rest of the stuff, and um, when they all went to the line, not the line, they all went to the strict locations to go to do the exam, the final robot exam. So when everybody was down, they said 3, 2, 1. No, hold up. Izuku looked at the goal and looked back. He did a whole 90 degrees and then went the other way to the front of the line and he just still stopped them saying, excuse me, so you should try to distract that goal. That's not allowed in UA. Zuko said, I looked at her and walked a total different way. Are you blind, my guy? Like, think for a second. Think. What are you doing? Ida said, what you talking about? Look, the girl's audio over there. I'm audio over here. How you expect me to talk to her? You think I have mind control? No, I don't, you retard. Now get on my face before we got that. Just get on my face, my guy. Like, get on my face. Ida got bought her a second time. So now he freaking Ida's mad. Not he's mad at Zuko and doesn't like Zuko anymore. So as soon as the doors open, Zuko rushed out there. He's pretty much the same speed as Ida. So he's rushed out there. He sliced the villains in half using his first, not the second freaking, second sword. It's pretty much like, second sword. And he was rushing out them saying, there's no weapons allowed in UA property. Property. Whatever. And, Suki said, well, it's a part of my quirk, so you can just shut up and go around, Bildo. Either I'll hope about that, too. He said, I'm gonna get you one day. And he runs off. So Zuko, he's slicing robots and stuff like that. And eventually he gets on top of a building. like a, I don't know, 50 sky, like a 50-story building. He said that should be enough points to get into UA, and he has like about 150 points. Yeah, and he said, and Duke said, I can't believe only just a couple of months ago I would have jumped, I would have jumped and died. Honestly, I still want to do it, but I can't. The psycho doctor made me, not made me a quote. Psycho doctor pretty much gave me a quote, so at least I'm grateful for that. And then the building starts shaking. He said, "What's going on?" And he sees the zero portal come out, destroying buildings. Everybody's running away from it. He said, "That looks like fun, but I'm not going nowhere near that thing." And he runs away, pretty much. Until he hears somebody saying, "Help! Help!" They're stuck on the bubble, and the zero portal is about to crush them. Zuko said, "Dang, you weakling." Never mind. So Izuku was to her side and say, "What you doing? Don't you have a gravity cloak?" She said, "Yes, but I'm stuck." He said, "Just touch the gravel." Never mind. So Izuku cuts the gravel into 5 pieces and picks up it's old Walker, like this has spice. Pick up little Walker and runs out of there. And yeah. So it was a close call, but we're good. Dang. Anyway, so Zuki took a walker to the recovery girl and say, "Stay here, freaking weakling." And he rushed out to the zero portal. He says, "Let's see what you got." The zero portal tried to punch him, but Zuki jumped up and climbed up his arm. He jumped up his arm into, zero portal deployed some little, robots on his arm to defeat him. So he sliced him up, and then he said, then the doc said I had this move that only should use in emergencies. Well, let's try it out. So he jumps up, but yeah. He jump yeah, so he jumps up and fired a dark energy ball straight at the face of the Zero Portal. And boom, it's like and pretty much all the Zero Portal's body is gone. The top half of the Zillpur's body is no more, and behind it, it's just worse. Behind it, there's nothing left either. So he comes down. He said, "Whew, dang, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know this was so powerful. I didn't know this move was so powerful. Good thing Good thing I didn't try it on those robots earlier. I would have probably killed myself. Kill myself. I may still do that. Never mind." And he walks out. And he walks out of the, not walks out. Press the mic, middle of the mic saying, "Exam is over. Go home. If you made it with senior level, a letter in a couple of days." No, Zuko said, "Oh, that was fun. Now, let's go home and think about my wife." And that's where we're going to be ending off for today. This is what if Deku was depressed. And yeah, so hope to see you guys in the next one.